Mom's getting $40 to walk into Hobby Lobby and buy whatever she sees that she thinks I can tie a fly out of. She's not been coached on what to buy, told what to buy. This is going to be a surprise for everybody. How about you give me 20 of that back? Go on in. All right.
That will make a great fly.
Take it.
Buy it.
This is only $2.
You pick. We're not telling you what to buy.
Looks like a chicken. All right. Can you get this stuff wet? Glitter sheet? I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if we put that wet.
We can try it.
Oh, this is cool. What is that? It's faux fur. I don't know.
74 cents.
Is it 74 cents?
Yeah, it's on clearance.
Oh my word, those are, it's like triples.
Yeah, it's like a triple.
Awesome for the fly tying. Okay. Pipe cleaners?
Mm-hmm.
We have any blingy ones. There's one.
Yeah, they got some flashy stuff down there.
Right here. I got some Nadine's.
Mm-hmm.
How much are they? $2.29. Maybe get like a green. That's Christmas colors. But that's not blinging. I like the glitter ones. Let's get the glitter ones. I may put that white back and get the pink one instead.
Okay.
Do flies use pom-poms?
If you buy them, they will.
They have like fake eyes you could put on them? Where's that?
I have no idea.
Okay, here's feathers. There we go. Fancy feathers.
Surprised she didn't grab the bag of all pink.
Oh, there is a bag of all pink. I like the blue in here.
Okay.
The contrasting color.
That would work.
I like that.
All right, so tell us what's in the basket.
We have a pink boa, the fancy feathers, 2 different things of pipe cleaners, the tribble, mesh tubing. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with this, and a kind of expensive pen.
Solid. Good job, Mom. All right.
Check out and see how much it is.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous because my son and my wife went to one of the big box craft stores and decided to go buy a bunch of odds and ends for me to tie a fly. Not really sure what we have, so let's get to it. Let's see what we have in the bag. I got Chanel stem pipe cleaners. Interesting. Another bag, multicolored Chanel stem pipe cleaners. That's going to be a lot of fun. Mesh tubing. A pen with, yes, a pom-pom, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Fancy feathers. Oh boy. We're going to have to... This is getting bad. I have no idea what this thing is. Looks like a craft fur stress ball. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. What is it? Oh my goodness. A feather boa. Are you serious? A pink feather boa? God bless almighty. What is this? All right. Sparkle craft foam. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, let's get to it. I've got a couple ideas. Right off the top of my head, wild thought here. All this pink. We do some saltwater fishing. I know we haven't done a lot on the page with anything with saltwater, but we do a lot of saltwater fishing. And pink works very well down there for the sea trout and some of the others. So shrimp and squid patterns tied in pink will work. I'm also thinking with that mesh tubing that I could do a body for some type of like a minnow body streamer type deal. So, all right, well, we're gonna, give me a minute. Let me think through what I'm gonna do and we'll get started. All right, so you guys got to see the odds and ends of the weirdness that my family decided they would try to torture me with, have me tie a fly. I currently have in the vise a Mustad 992 611 N1 2XL offset hook in number 4. I've got that in the vise. Went ahead and got some pink thread. Yes, I had pink thread. See, I already had pink thread. Now, unfortunately, this is a little smaller. This is 70 denier. For those of you who aren't familiar with fly tying thread sizes, 70 denier is typically used for mid-size to smaller flies. The way denier is figured is they take, I think it's like 9,000 meters of the thread. How much would that weigh? And it would weigh, I think, like 70 grams or something like that. So if you took 140 denier, it's twice as big as 70 denier. So obviously that's a heavier thread. Typically 140 would be used for the bigger bass flies and saltwater flies, musky flies, things like that. So unfortunately I did not have pink and 70 and 140. So I'm going to use the 70. I also have some white set up here, and this is also 70 denier and white. All right, let's get started. Let's open up these fancy feathers and see what we have in here. I can hardly wait. Ooh, anticipation's killing me. All right. All right. Do we need to start over? All right. Okay. Yeah, I can use some of these. Okay, we got this. This will work. All right, we're going to stick with this pink theme here. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a pink feather. This came out of the bag. I'm going to strip off all this fuzz on it. I don't want that really fuzzy stuff down there. I kind of, that one's not laying. Well, let's try this one. Let's see how this one does. Strip some of that fuzz off. I want that fuzzy. I want the real. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. It's a little too much. Let's take some more of that off. There we go. Again, I'm making this up, folks. I really don't have a plan. So this is going to surprise you as much as it is me when it's actually done. Let's come on in here. I'm making a horrible mess. Let's come in here and go ahead and lay a thread base with this pink thread. I'll go ahead and just wrap the hook shank. Go ahead and get this thread base started. Don't want to pull too tight on this lighter thread because it can break. And if you've tied flies for any length of time, you guys know it's inevitable. You will break your thread. All right, got that back. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna trim off the tag end. And I'm gonna take, I think I'll use this one here. I'm gonna take this end here. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm going to secure this to the hook shank. Work my thread in nice, even touching spirals. Kind of work it back up to about the midpoint. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stem of the feather off. Secure that down. Now I've got this feather boa. How lucky am I? But it looks like it's got marabou. Oh, I'm winding up making a horrible mess. Wife's gonna kill me. It's even got, if you can't really see, it's actually got some like little crystal flash pieces inside there, which are pretty cool. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna get me, find me some clump of this. There we go. Yeah, that looks good right about in there. Pinch some of that off. Try to get some of the fuzzy out of it. There we go. Definitely gonna have to clean up or the wife is gonna get a little upset with me. Come in here, I'm gonna secure this. I don't plan on trimming much of this because I'm gonna kind of use this as a little bit of an underbunny. I want this to kind of spread out a little bit. See if we can kind of hold this down, get this secured down. There we go. I kind of let that kind of build up a little bit of an underbody. Again, I am making this up as I go along, folks. All right. Rah. Okay, let's see what we can do with this here. Goodness gracious. See if I can pull some of these out. Oh, it actually came out a bit longer than I thought. There we go. We got some here. I got about 3 strands. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of, with some loose spirals here, attach this. Take this other half and I'm going to fold it back down the other side. So I've got them running down both sides, hopefully, at least in theory. There we go, kind of got some flashing on that. All right, that didn't turn out too bad. All right, so I've got this Chanel stems. I've got crystal. And I've got, looks like Christmas colors, red, silver, green, and gold. I think I'm gonna go with the silver. Now, unfortunately, this is not like the Chanel you buy on the spools. This actually has wire in it. This is like, it's like a pipe cleaner. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna strip some of the ends off of the little wire in here. And we are going to come back in here. We're going to secure this. Yeah. All right, and so I'm going to take now and try wrapping this without twisting everything on the fly, which appears that's what's actually happening. Keep that steady. There you go, big guy. We're gonna try take this all the way. I'm gonna put my thread back up here to the hook eye. Just doing some open spirals, trying to keep this from twisting on me. Wrapping this up. Again, pipe cleaners, really? Okay. And I'm gonna stop right about there, and I'm gonna go ahead and start securing it. Come on now, you can get on, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and secure this down. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take, you can use head cement or super glue. I'm gonna try super glue. I do not have, I have to use my big scissors here. I'm gonna cut this pipe cleaner. Alright. Kind of getting a little bit of like a woolly booger looking on here. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna put a half hitch, a couple half hitches in here, secure this. Take a little bit of my super glue. I like super glue. Although everybody that knows me knows that if I use super glue, it's getting on me somehow on my fingers or something. It's just a fact of life. So now I'm gonna take the mesh tubing. I don't know if y'all can see it. I have multicolored mesh tubing. We're gonna open this up. And Lord help, I've got probably 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet of this tubing, if y'all can see that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my, fell on the ground, that's lovely, lucky me. Let me get my thread back. I'm going to move my thread back just a little bit, probably about, come on thread, play nice with me, there we go. So I'm moving my thread back about 1/4 inch or so back, and I'm going to take this tubing, I'm going to slide this tubing on, I'm going to kind of pinch it, just a little bit of a pinch, and this is kind of tricky here. If it gets a little frayed, this stuff is not like the Mylar. This stuff looks more like plastic tubing, kind of a plastic stuff that's fine. I'm going to start loose, and then I'm going to kind of progressively tighten up the threads here. And I'm going to show you something. Yes, look, I'm putting it on this way. I understand that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get about 3-4 fingers width. So I'm going to cut about a little bit longer than the whole body of the fly. Go ahead and cut that. There. All right. So now what I've done is, with it built up like this, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of quick half hitches here. Yes, I have a whip finish tool, folks, and friends and neighbors. I have one. It's out there. All right, so we're going to do that. Get a couple of these in there, and then I'm going to put just a little drop of head cement, Zap-A-Gap, super glue, whatever you use, on those thread wraps, and then I'm going to cut my thread. I'm going to cut the thread right there. I'm going to hold that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this backwards like that, to try to build up the body of the fly. Let's take the fly out of the vise. I might not be able to, it's probably a little too long. It does appear to be a little too long. So let's pull it back forward a little bit here. And we're gonna cut just a little bit more of that off. And we're gonna push this back. There we go, look at that. Now it's fraying, and I don't care. We're going to cut that off. All right, there we go. So we've got the body. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to restart my thread. back just where I started wrapping that Chanel. Oh, come on, yeah, there we go. This stuff is a pain sometimes to tie with. Cut that off. Here we go. Come in here. I'm gonna start making a couple of wraps. There we go. Get it secure. There we go. Wrap this around, get this secure. Make sure all that's pulled out. Come in here, I'm gonna cut the tag end off of my thread. Come in here now, I'm gonna kind of trim. So if you guys can see that. What? So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna trim this real quick. If y'all can see that. Trim these little plastic tag end pieces off here. All right, there we go. I want to cut my thread, but I want to get all these plastic pieces off. There we go. All right. I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna tie a couple more wraps on this, and then again I'm gonna whip finish. Or half hitch like I'm doing right here. All right. Again, another little drop of super glue. On there, we're gonna cut this thread off. Got a couple of these little tag ends sticking up here, but that's fine because I have an plan for these. I'm gonna take and see now if I can get my thread started. Tell you what I'm gonna do first. I'm going to use a little bit of UV resin. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this UV resin and we're gonna put this down the back just like this. Build that up in there. Get my bodkin, we're gonna smooth this out a little bit. All right. There we go. We're gonna come in now, we're gonna hit this with our UV light. Depending on the type of resin you use, you might need several applications of this probably. I'm probably going to need more than one to get it done. We're going to come in here, we're going to do this little UV resin. All right, we're going to let that sit for a second. Still got a little bit of a body build up. All right, I want to put some kind of a head on that, but I'm not sure. Let's come in here and trim these off. Some tag ends like that off. You know what? I might just stop there. Sometimes less is more. I have some eyes somewhere. Where are my eyes? Eyes. Alrighty, okay. And there we go. I've got little itty bitty red eyes. These would be perfect. I'm gonna come over and take one of these off. Come on now. And I'm going to apply it right there on the side. Just like so. Oh, drop that one. And I will doubt I'll ever find it, so we're gonna pull off another one. Here we go. Press that in there. Put that eyeball on. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Put this eyeball on right here. Like so. These tiny ones in my fat little fingers are not working. So, Did have a pair of tweezers around here somewhere, but we're going to try this here. Okay. There you go. Now I'm going to come back in with some more of the UV resin. I'm going to coat this head around where these eyes are. And there we go. Another application of the UV resin. I'm going to get my bodkin here, kind of smooth it out. Even my eyes up. They weren't even. There we go. Push them back in. Here, my girl, stay on there. There you go. Come on now. Stop being a pain in my butt. Well, this eye on this side is really being special. Special ed. Probably can't say that. All right. There we go. Come here, we're going to hit it again with the UV light. Try to cure that up. See if we can't get that hardened up a little bit in there. And folks, we have ourselves a epoxy bodied minnow with a Mylar body, and I'm taking the eyes off. Look at that. You know what I'm gonna do? Back to my favorite, super glue. Actually, I'm probably gonna put just a little bit of this epoxy back on there. Put them on. A little more of that UV epoxy right in there. Let it run down all over those eyes. We're going to cure it. Okay, there you go, folks. A little bit of a craft, a little bit of a tying challenge. You got yourselves a little pink mesh-bodied minnow with some odds and ends that my wife and son decided to torture me with and buy and see if I could figure something out to tie.